Hey, fourth grade, welcome back, welcome back. So, today you are going to get to be so creative, and I'm so excited to see these. So, it's going to be a real short video because I want you guys to get to work as soon as you can. So, today is going to be part one of this project. We're not physically making this project today, you are designing this project, and you are going to be planning your musical instrument. So here's the thing. You can be really super creative and you can be like, oh, I've heard all these different sounds in my life. I've heard really great instruments in songs. I've heard great instruments in bed, or I'm just walking down the street and I'm hearing this instrument. Maybe a sibling or adult or your parent plays an instrument and you're like, wow, this instrument is so cool, right? So you can either take that and like put your own twist on it. Like, hey, I like guitars. Like, since we started quarantine, I have my guitar, right? But I didn't know how to play it before. I've been just waiting for a time to actually learn. So right now, I'm over here trying to still learn this, but I'm going to take my idea of how it sounds and like, okay, I'm going to go with this and design my own type of instrument in my own mind of how I would want that instrument to look like, or just a random instrument. So with that, realizing that each how you make the instrument decides what its sound is going to be like, right? So you have different parts in it that might making different sounds. The actual body of the shape of the instrument determines its sound, whether how high or how low it is, right? Like we know that a very small flute makes this really high pitched whistle sound, while this huge bass, right, makes this huge deep sound. Now you can design your own, like, hey, I want to just make something like totally, you've never seen this before, Miss Clark. Like, this is so, like, you're not ready for this, which I probably won't be. I'll be really hyped though to see it. Or you can take an instrument that you see in everyday life and just put a twist on it. You might be like, I like the way maracas sound and I want to, make my own. I think it would be really cool if instead of looking something like this, but like wooden, but I want to make it differently. I did include some different things. Like, these are like real life items that they actually made it, but those were definite like sketches. Like, guitars don't usually look like this, right? But they decided to use different shapes to make that sound. So you're going to just be drawing today. Um, it says with your partner, you can talk to a family member about why you're choosing to make your instrument look like that. You can explain down here, it says record any notes about how you will play the instrument or just about your design process. You can talk to me about it. I will be happy to read it. But yeah, thinking about all those instruments you've played, heard, make different sounds, and how that instrument will make those different sounds. Keep that in your brain. Then you're going to draw what your musical instrument will look like. Label your drawing with the materials you will use to make the instrument. So whatever materials you think you would have used to make it, make sure that you're labeling where that is. So if I'm looking at this guitar, right? I got guitars in my head right now. But in this case, if I drew this, right? I drew this, I colored it, but now I gotta label it. Okay, I used a tissue box, or I used a shoe box, or I used a cereal box. I used string, I used rubber bands. Make sure that you're labeling, oh, I would have used some paper towels, I would have roll. I like whatever it is that you think you would use for that, use it. Oh, up here, oh, I'm deciding to use an Easter egg plastic egg from it, and then I'm going to use whatever other materials that you're using that you think you would use to create it. You're going to then make sure that you label it, and this is like a design plan. It's going to help you with your work for tomorrow. Physically for class, you won't have to make it and show it to me. That's going to be like a Beyond Z in a couple of days, so just make sure you keep looking out for it. But for today, you are only designing and what you would want your instrument to look like and how it would work and what materials you would use. So, Ms. Clark, how do I show you my work? How do you know that I did this? That's right here. what to do with my design or work from today, you will send it to me either in a text, like how some friends do all the time, making sure that their name is there, or you can just submit it like you usually do. Whichever way works for you. I will have my number included here. I will add that right now. And then from there, you can text me with your name and your work, or you can just attach it. Either one works for me. Just get creative. I'm not going to say you have to color it, but I do suggest that you take your time, make it neat and labeled and colored. Friends that are doing like taking their time really working on this, and you could tell her really put a lot of thought into it. I'm going to be taking those. I'm going to make a nice little PowerPoint slide as like a nice little shout out of like all these really creative instruments. And yeah, we'll get that going. And then I will have mine because I will be making my instrument there as well. So I'm excited for you guys to see my drawing. I didn't finish it yet. I'm not going to show you because last time I showed you guys a drawing, you guys did the same exact thing. I want you to get creative, not just use my ideas. I want you to use your ideas. Okay, so I hope you have fun, enjoy, be creative. Maybe listen to some music first and think about, like, hey, what am I listening to? Or if you really even need some help and you need some ideas, go to Google. Go to making your own instruments. You can tell I did this because I wanted some ideas. And you can press some videos, you can go to some images, and they have different ideas here. Maybe you're having like, oh, that one's really cool. Look at that. It's like a mini like guitar type of thing. There's like a bunch of different ones. I'm sure if you go through it, you'll find something that interests you or you kind of have an inspiration from. Maybe you have something, maybe you have something that you've seen, but you just want to change the design a little bit. Maybe you like the way certain drums look, but you want them to look a little bit different. I saw one that was really cool before, like a banjo. That's pretty cool. Or a harmonica. I saw one that was a harp earlier. I should have copied and pasted it. It was made out of like a baking pan and some rubber bands. It was pretty cool. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Oh no. Where'd it go? Oh, yeah. A little Irish harp made out of a baking pan and some string and some rubber bands, or maybe a string. Maybe. But yeah, thinking about like some different materials and that will inspire you on your own. And you can just be as creative as you want. Get creative. You got this. I believe in you. Okay, guys. Till next time.